Hello, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about a pretty dark Hulk story, seeming as though I talked about a pretty funny Hulk story about a couple weeks ago. Now, this story is particularly dark because it falls in line with the Marvel The End series. There are several stories in the Marvel Universe called The End, involving either the Punisher, Venom, Doctor Strange, etc. And one of these prominent The End stories involves the Hulk being the last person alive. Now, typically, all of these Marvel The End series involve some Marvel superhero being the last person alive. But anyways, like I said, this story involves the Hulk being the last person alive after nuclear fallout throughout the entire world. After the world had destroyed itself, the Hulk was devoid of all emotion and care for the world. As everywhere he turned, all he saw was pain, so what he sought to do was to remove himself from the equation and go into hiding. So the Hulk would take it upon himself to seal himself in a cave for up to about 150 years. Alongside Hulk sealing himself inside of this cave meant that Bruce Banner could never leave, so he in turn would go crazy himself. Until one day, a robot came along and opened the cave. Upon opening the cave, the robot would tell Bruce Banner that the robot was there to see the downfall of humankind, while also telling Bruce Banner that he's essentially the last living being on Earth. And while the robot tries to explain the situation, Bruce Banner starts to freak out, demanding to know if this is all just some kind of sick joke. But in turn, the robot just says that he wasn't laughing. So Bruce Banner would then ask the robot if he was here to kill him, to which the robot would say no. But do you want to die? To which Bruce Banner would say no. And just like that, the robot would say its farewells right before giving Bruce Banner a recording device so as to not only record the death of Bruce Banner, but the death of humanity as well. Beyond this point, Bruce Banner would go on to live for many years. And throughout these many years, Bruce Banner would try again and again to kill himself to end his misery. But every time he tried, the Hulk would come out and stop Bruce from dying, causing the Hulk and Bruce Banner to hate each other more and more as the years went on, leaving nothing for Bruce Banner to do other than to cross the desolate planet during the day and Hulk by night, traveling to places like South America, Canada, and even Mexico, but always finding the same thing: death. And over time, Bruce started to get weaker and weaker as he was growing older to about the age of 200. And among other things, a new species of bugs would always attack Bruce Banner or the Hulk every chance they had, leaving Bruce Banner no other option than to run away in fear, only to end up as the Hulk and be eaten over and over again, living out a constant hell, like the old tale of Prometheus. As he would always regenerate, with Bruce Banner always watching the tapes back to see how long it would take for Bruce Banner's body to reanimate, running experiments on the Hulk and seeing how long it takes, timing it each and every time, as the Hulk would grow more hatred towards Bruce Banner for running experiments on him and timing him, treating him like a test subject. Until one night, everything would change as Bruce Banner's age and addled mind would finally catch up to him, showing things to Bruce Banner in his mind like a young, beautiful woman out in the distance, longing for Bruce Banner. So the old Bruce Banner would rise up from his slumber and head towards the woman, becoming younger and younger with each step, as the woman would whisper into Bruce's ear that we will repopulate the world and be like Adam and Eve. We'll be like gods. With Bruce Banner waking up from a dream shouting gods, feeling a tightness in his chest, Bruce knows what this means. His time is coming. He will die soon. But the Hulk feels it too and thinks that Bruce Banner is trying to kill him. He's trying to pull a trick on him. He has to be. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner doesn't care what the Hulk thinks. He sees his friends again. He sees that it's finally his time to rejoin his friends in the afterlife, saying to the Hulk that he no longer has to live in fear and hiding and running from armies and people that don't understand him, or running from cockroach armies that eat him alive day after day. Telling the Hulk with his last few breaths that he can finally rejoin with his friends, his loved ones, the people he cares for again. He no longer has to live in this desolate hell. But the Hulk doesn't see it, and instead thinks that Bruce Banner is just playing another trick on him. And because of the hatred between the two that had been growing for years even before the apocalypse, Bruce Banner can't get to Hulk, and Hulk shuts Bruce Banner out, with the Hulk essentially shutting out Bruce Banner's mind so much that Bruce Banner could never take control of his body again, so that the Hulk could never die. And after wiping Bruce Banner's mind from the Hulk's body, the Hulk sits at a cliff face and thinks to himself that the Hulk is the only one there is. Only one there is. With the night growing colder and darker, saying to himself that Hulk feels cold. And with that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this really dark and depressing Hulk story. And let me know if you want to see more Hulk stories in the future, like Immortal Hulk, for instance. I'd like to see your comments and what you guys suggest. And with that, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.